Chapter 1. Sources of Ideas for Feature Articles. Before you start looking for ideas for your feature article, you should always consider your target readers of a particular publication because they will help you decide on what subject to write about. News or current events. Daily news is the number one source of ideas. It is always a must to know what is happening locally, nationally, and globally. Magazine articles. Reading and writing are inseparable. You must read and analyze magazine articles to get the feel of what editors want. Observation. As a truly observant writer, you look into your own experiences and surroundings with the clear eye of a newcomer. You must learn to love the world around you and cultivate the spirit of adventurism. Experience. Your experiences need not be unusual. Everyday experiences may often provide you article ideas which many of your readers can identify and relate with. School or university campus. The myriads of activities in school are undeniably a rich source of ideas for your feature article. Advertisements. Information about firms or companies engaged in trailblazing, innovative, or creative business ventures is another source of ideas for your feature. Read business and trade journals of industries which interest you to find the sources of ideas this way. Special events or occasions. Say yes to all the invitations you are able to. You may not only meet some new acquaintances who teach you about areas you're unfamiliar with, but you will also see how to put together events like this and be able to write about them. Movies. Watch movies too, either in cinemas or at home. Museums and galleries. Visit these places and you may well spot a subject to write about. Books. Read books of all sorts. You can visit other places you've never been by reading. Charles Dickens was an avid reader of books, got ideas from the works of William Shakespeare, the Arabian Nights, and the old novels piled up in the attic of his home. TV and radio. Always be informed and stay updated about what is going on, both in the news and pop culture. Speeches. Public speakers often talk about topical subjects, so they're a great source of ideas for feature articles. Travels. Go around and see as many other places as you can. Your travel to other places can give you ideas for writing a feature. Pearl S. Buck, for example, who was born in Hillsboro, West Virginia, spent most of her first 16 years in Xinjiang, a city in the Yangtze River in China, when her missionary parents took her there. Not surprisingly, Big Wave, her story with Japanese characters, was written after her trip to Japan. If you don't have the means to travel far, even visiting a nearby city that you've never spent time in before can spark your imagination. Conversations and interviews. Talk, listen, and exchange ideas with people. Meet people, talk to them, exchange ideas, and share insights. These people and these exchanges may become characters and subjects for your feature articles. In fact, you can also write an article about the subject of the conversations of other people you have heard, listened to, or unintentionally eavesdropped upon. Journals. A journal or diary is a series of your own personal writing pieces called entries. Always keep a journal to record and comment on your personal experience, to practice writing, and to collect a source of ideas for feature writing and even for other kinds of writing. Many famous writers have kept journals, including Selma Lagerlöf of Sweden, the first woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize for Literature, and Anais Nin, who actually published her diaries to great acclaim. The world around you, your environment, Where you live, what you observe, and what you experience are very rich sources of ideas. Charles Dickens, for example, spent the happiest years of his childhood in Chatham, a dockyard town near London. He was a keen observer of the city life around him. He saw the inhumane conditions existing in the local hospitals, prisons, and poorhouses. These experiences and observations inspired him to write such classics as Oliver Twist, David Copperfield, and Great Expectations. Personal infirmities. Surprisingly, when you are confined in a hospital or even just in your own room at home, you have the time to think freely and let your mind wander, and this freedom of thought may give you ideas that you would otherwise miss because you are too busy. In fact, if you have the urge to write, you should at least jot down some notes about your thoughts so that you will not forget them. Your imagination. Do not forget, this is the richest source of ideas.